Department of Defense model, or we can say DoD model, and also we can say TCP/IP, TCP/IP model. This Department of Defense model, this is the Internet Protocol Suite. This is TCP/IP. It is actually not a single protocol. It is the protocol suite which have lots of protocols. So those protocols are used in the network. So the TCP/IP model was created after the OSI 7-layer model for two major reasons. First, the foundation of the internet was built using the TCP/IP suite, and through the spread of the World Wide Web and internet, and TCP/IP has been preferred. Second, a project researched by the Department of Defense consisted of creating the TCP/IP protocols. The TCP/IP model, and similar to the OSI model, is comprised of layers, and the OSI has 7 layers, and the TCP/IP model has 4 layers. So basically it is having a 4 layers, but these 4 layers are the same. They do the same job as the 7 layers of OSI model. So OSI model was only the reference model. So this model, which is actually used in real environment, because the whole internet was designed upon the TCP/IP, so this TCP/IP model was preferred. Now in this TCP/IP you have only 4 layers, and in OSI model we have 7 layers. Now if you compare them, then you can see that application, presentation, and session layer, these are the upper layers on OSI model, but they don't do lots of job. These are not important for the network. If you see these layers as a point of networking, so it is not that important. It is actually least important. Why? Because these layers job is done by the application. If something goes wrong with these layers, then you just have to change the application. So what they did in TCP/IP, they have made these all 3 layers together and make a single layer called application. In these layers, all the application things are there, and these logical protocols works on these layers. These logical protocols are like Telnet, SSH, FTP, SMTP, HTTP, DNS, SMT, SNMP, syslog, NTP. These are all protocols which used to create some application. For example, if you're using the browser, that means you're using HTTP or HTTPS protocol. If you're using any mail client, that mail client application, that means you're using SMTP, POP3 or IMAP. So these protocols works on these application layer. Then the transport layer of the OSI model, it was doing lots of tasks. That is defining the segmentation, defining the flow control, defining the transmission protocol, whether TCP or UDP it is going to use. This is the layer which is combining the upper layer and lower layers. So this layer is very important, so it remains as it is in the TCP/IP, and it do almost the same job what the transport layer of OSI model do. And what protocol works here? The TCP and UDP for the transmission. Then the third layer here is the internet layer. Internet layer is the same layer as OSI layers model or OSI model network layer. It do have the information about the networks, and here the protocol works like IP, IPX, AppleTalk, which defines the network addresses. So it defines how the data will reach from the one segment to other segment by using the network address. So the information for the network addresses are input into this layer, and this layer here in TCP/IP is named as internet layer. The protocol works here is the IP protocol, which is the standard protocol for the name addressing, IP addressing, which defines the addresses to every device. Then there the ARP protocol, reverse ARP protocols are there. ARP protocol is to find the MAC address with the IP address. Reverse ARP is to find the IP address through the MAC address. Same as we have ICMP in IPv4 for doing the error checkings, the error messages of network communication, like you see destination host unreachable, timeout error and whatever. It comes from this protocol, handled by this protocol ICMP for IPv4, and in IPv6 it is handled by IGMP protocol. This do the same job as ICMP protocol for IPv4. Then in OSI model we have data link layer and physical layer. Now among these two layers in OSI model, lots of the task is done by the data link layer. Physical layer's job is only to transmit the data according to the transmission medium. So in TCP/IP model, they have made it in the single layer. So network access layer do the all jobs, all the tasks which is done by the data link layer and the physical layer. These are the protocols works in the physical layer, or we can say network access layer. These are the physical protocols define the network, the transmission technology like Ethernet, token ring for the LAN technologies, and these frame relay, ATM. These are for the WAN technologies. So these are the protocol. These are the defined protocol for the physical, for the transmission of data. So these are the four layers we have in the TCP/IP model, or we can say DoD model, which is actually combination of these all seven models, the seven layers of OSI reference model. So these layers do what? So application layer, this layer is comparable to the application, presentation and session layer of the OSI model all combined into one. It provides a way for applications to have access to network service. The layer also contains the high level protocols. The main issue with this layer is the ability to use both TCP and UDP protocols. For example, TFTP uses UDP because usually on a LAN the physical links are short enough to ensure quick and reliable packet delivery without many errors. So SMTP uses TCP because of the error checking capabilities. Since we consider our email important information, we would like to ensure a safe delivery. Remember, some protocol use TCP and UDP, some protocol use UDP because of the reliability and the speed they need, because of the requirement, and it is defined by the protocol developer. So the protocol developer defined that which protocol use TCP and which protocol use UDP. In simple, TCP will make sure the data will deliver to the destination and it is reliably delivered to the destination, and UDP will not make sure that it will be delivered to the destination. So TCP is reliable, so you have some data which is reliably delivered, like you have to send the mail and you want the mail must deliver to the destination, then it will use the TCP. And suppose some applications like TFTP or DNS, DSCP, the data is not that important, the speed is important, and they send the bulk data, the broadcast data. So in that case, those protocols use UDP. The transport layer of TCP/IP model, this layer acts as the delivery service used by the application layer. Against the two protocols used are TCP and UDP, and the choice is made based on the application's transmission reliability requirements. The transport layer also handles all error detection and recovery. It uses checksums, acknowledgements and timeouts to control transmission and end-to-end verification. Unlike the OSI model, TCP/IP treats reliability as an end-to-end problem. And again, it do check the error and correct the errors by retransmitting the packet. Remember, it will not correct the error of the packet. If suppose the packet is errored, so it will be dropped and it will retransmit the packet to make sure the data will reach the destination, and it will do by the TCP. But in other case, UDP will not do these things. Then the internet layer of the TCP/IP model, the routing and delivery of the data is the responsibility of this layer and is the key component of this architecture. It allows communication across networks of the same and different types of carriers out translation to deal with this similar data addressing schemes. It injects packets into any network and deliver them to the destination independently to one another. Because the path through the network is not predetermined, the packets may be received out of order. So the upper layers are responsible for the reordering of the data. Now remember, in transport layer it will be segmented. The data will be segmented into multiple packets with the sequence number. Now this internet layer's job is to deliver the data from one network segment to other network segment. Now every time it will not go in order, so sometime it will go out of order. So the transport layer's job is to reordering it. It is not the job of internet layer. Then IP and ARP are the major protocols used at this layer. Then the last layer in TCP/IP model is network access layer. This is a combination of the data link and physical layer of the OSI model, which consists of the actual hardware. This includes wires, network interface cards, and other etc. Other related details within this layer are connector, signal strength and wavelength along with various others. It will use the required LAN operating algorithms such as carrier sense multiple access with collusion detect, that is CSMA/CD, or IBM token passing ring, and is responsible for placing the data within a frame. So the frame format is dependent on the system being used. For example, Ethernet LAN, frame relay, etc. The frame is the package that holds the data in the same way as an envelope holds a platter. So the frame holds the hardware addresses of the host and checking algorithm for data integrity. So this layer has actually not been specified in detail because it depends on which technology is being used, such as Ethernet. So basically it do all the physical thing, like how to transmit the data by using the cables and switches and all that, and also decides the transmission technology like carrier sense, like CSMA/CD or token passing ring technology. Now it do the encapsulation like envelope, like normally we do in put the letter into envelope. It is same like it do what it do the encapsulation of the data. Now the encapsulation of the data defined based on the technology it is using. Like for the LAN network, it is using the Ethernet technology, Ethernet encapsulation. In WAN technology, for the WAN connection, it uses the frame relay encapsulation. So it depends on the technology, or it depends on the connection which we are using. It will do the encapsulation based on that. Because in Ethernet, in the LAN network, basically the communication happens on the MAC addresses. So it added the source and destination MAC addresses into it. But in the WAN network, there was no MAC addresses. There is no MAC addresses. For example, in frame relay, it will not use the MAC addresses in this layer. It will not able to add the MAC addresses of source and destination. So it uses a unique number given by the frame relay. It is DLC ID. So it uses that number as a MAC address. So depend on that, it will do the encapsulation. So this is the 4 layer we have in TCP/IP model, or we can say DoD model. It is same as the TCP, as the OSI reference model. It is taking the reference from the OSI reference model, because the OSI reference model is just a reference model. So nobody uses it. Everyone uses this DoD model basically, because the whole internet is based on, and it is created upon this TCP/IP protocol suite.